All right, so first up, let's meet the machine itself, the Antarctic Star. This is one of the most popular, kind of budget-friendly options you'll find out there. And it's built for one thing, to solve that, oh no, I need ice right now problem.
So let's just run through the specs here real quick. This little machine can churn out up to 26 pounds of ice in a 24-hour period. Now, to put that into perspective, that's more than enough for a pretty decent-sized party. And the best part, it does all this while being small enough to fit on just about any countertop without taking over the whole space.
Okay, so what does this number mean? This is the big marketing claim, the headline feature. It can make 8 cubes of ice in as little as 6 minutes. Now, to be fair, that 6-minute figure is for the very first batch, under perfect conditions. But the main takeaway is still pretty clear. This thing starts making ice incredibly fast.
And this, right here, is the key to its convenience. This is why people love these things. You don't need a plumber, there's no messing with water lines, none of that. You just find an outlet, pour some water into the reservoir, and hit a button. Seriously, that's it.
Okay, so what does this machine actually get right? Let's talk about its key strengths, the stuff it really nails.
First off, it absolutely delivers on that promise of fast, hands-off ice. You just set it and forget it. Its compact size is also a huge win. It's perfect for smaller spaces like apartments, dorm rooms, or even for taking on the road in an RV. The self-clean cycle, that's a really nice touch because it helps stop that weird freezer taste nobody likes. And hey, it comes with everything you need right in the box. The little basket, the scoop, the whole deal. But of course, to get the full picture, you gotta look at the trade-offs, right? No product is perfect. So here's where it falls a little short. Okay, and this is probably the single most important thing you need to understand about this machine, so listen up. It is an ice maker, not an ice keeper. That bin where the ice falls, it's insulated, sure, but it is not a freezer. So any ice you just leave in there will eventually melt. Now, the cool thing is it drips back down into the reservoir and just gets turned into new ice. It's a pretty smart loop, actually. But it means you can't use this thing for long-term storage. You have to move the ice to a real freezer. It's also really important to know what kind of ice you're actually getting here. This machine makes what's called bullet ice. It's got that hollow center, it's a little bit soft, which makes it really easy to chew on. It's perfect for things like sodas or just filling up a cooler. But what it doesn't make are those fancy crystal clear, solid cubes you get at a nice bar for your whiskey. The ones that last forever. Yeah, that's a completely different and way more expensive kind of machine. Beyond that, there are just a couple of other things to keep in mind. First, this thing isn't silent. When it's running, you're definitely going to hear the fan and the compressor humming away. Second, when you look at owner reviews, the feedback on long-term durability is kind of mixed. And finally, that ice basket is pretty small, which means if you're having a party, you're going to be emptying it into your freezer pretty often to build up a good stockpile. But hey, you can get the best results out of it if you just follow a few simple tips. First, run that self-clean cycle about once a week. It makes a huge difference in how the ice tastes. Second, always use cold filtered water. It helps make the ice a little firmer, and it reduces scale buildup, which helps the machine last longer. And here's the real pro move. As soon as that basket gets full, dump the ice into a bag or a bin in your actual freezer. That's how you build up a stockpile for a party.
All right, so let's put this all together. What is the final verdict here? Is this thing worth it?
The source material really hits the nail on the head with this one. For what it is, an affordable, portable bullet ice maker, it's an easy recommendation. It does exactly what it says on the tin, and it does it really well for the price you're paying. So when you boil it all down, the trade-off is pretty clear, right? The pros are all about that amazing speed and convenience. The cons are really just about managing your expectations. You just have to remember, it's not a freezer, it's gonna make some noise, and you'll need to be a little hands-on if you want to build up a big supply of ice. So who is this machine really for? Well, it is perfect for anyone who just wants ice on demand for their daily drinks, for small get-togethers, for that RV or dorm room. Basically, it's an amazing sidekick to a slow freezer, especially when you don't want the cost or the hassle of a permanent installation.